Hi there guys, this is Adrian here from IAmJadoreTV, and you've read the title. This is the best, cheapest camera hack, useful camera hack that you can get out there right now. It's inexpensive, and the result is outweighs everything. I'm flabbergasted because I've just started using this camera hack this year, and the camera hack is, I'll show you, got it right here, one of these prisms. It has to be the best camera hack. I mean, you want to get a bigger one, which I found out this is only 5 or 6 inch one. You want to get about a 10 inch one. This one's about that big because you can hold it and you can get it in front of your lens. This is quite difficult because it's quite small and sometimes your hand gets in it, and I have a big front element on my 35, so it's kind of difficult. So don't do what I did and get the short one because it was the cheaper option. Get the bigger one. I'll leave the link in the description of the bigger one and the smaller one if you want to get that one. I'll leave both in there for you. But this is what it looks like. It's a prism, getting like science class, I think. But this is, and I'm going to show you what I've got out of this, some of my best shots this year. So let's take you to that. I'm going to take you into my Lightroom, and let's start off with this. Now this is a lavender garden. Again, I had the prism on the left side, casting a quarter way. So the rule of thirds here, I planned this one, so you can see has a great effect there. Obviously this is the edited version, but I mean, just look at the effect that it has here. Let me try bigger screen it for you guys. But yeah, so you can have that one here. Let's go to the next one. Again, prism right there on the edge of SONY. So you want to kind of get the light going into the prism. So obviously when you twist it, there's obviously a technique. You want to twist it different. Obviously it's got the 3 points on the prism. You just want to keep turning it on the tip of your camera so you can see the effect that you want. So these two shots, prism, great result as you can see. This one, love this one. And I'm gonna try to get this into full screen. There you go, quickly go into full screen. So yeah, again, this was shot through a window in a coffee shop. This was at Barbican in London. Sure, if you're a photographer from London, you've been to Barbican anyway. Yeah, this was shot through a window, so it kind of had a glossy effect as well. Plus she's wearing glasses, there's 2 layers of glass you're shooting through already, which gives the glasses, as you can see, an extra like glossy look here. And then I had the prism. This time I had it tilted. So this time I had it tilted on the camera lens at an angle, just like you can see it, just kind of like that. As you can see, that's how it's going. Well, it's the opposite you're looking at, but yeah, it goes. Yeah, it's going across it like that on the camera lens, casting it across like that, and that's what gave that effect. Again, there was like loads of bokeh-licious lights in the back, little like fairy lights. So again, that's reflecting all in the image there. Just gives it that little extra oomph, a little extra pop to the image. Just makes it stand out more than your regular photo. This one, amazing. When you have neon lights and a prism, photo game is instantly up 10 notches in my opinion. I love neon lights, especially in London. Nighttime, the lights in London are amazing. As you see, this was like in a office building. It was a giant circle of neon lights that changed. Use the prism again. If you see, you can see the angle that I'm using the prism, so it doesn't cover her face here. And then the glasses as well, giving that extra reflection there. I mean, great result, inexpensive tool again. And you can imagine it would have been a great picture without it, but with it, it just gives, it's an added oomph to the picture that I personally believe that every photographer should have a prism in their camera bag. And this one was had a little bit of a hand to this one. You can see how it's reflected on both sides. That's because I had 2 prisms on this one. This one, I had a prism on obviously the left hand side, and one on the right, which another photographer was holding in front of my lens for me. So that's what costs 2. I mean, if you can get 2, or you have a help that you can get 2 is always better than 1, especially when it comes to prisms. Even brain power, you know, 2 brains are better than 1. It applies here also, definitely applies here also. I mean, the result of this, I love this image. Probably one of my best prism shots, as you can see. Like, and then I mean, it would have been a great photo without it, but with it, I mean, come on, this is an amazing image. This is posted on my Instagram page, so if you want to check it out for yourselves, should be on my website as well, so you can see that bigger, so you can see the quality a bit better on that one. Again, prism, I mean, even when you use a prism, and because here was almost pitch black, but somehow the prism found light to reflect from somewhere. So it's like, even if there's a little bit of light coming from somewhere, if you catch it right on the prism, it gives some sort of effect. Like, I don't even know where those lights came from, but it found it. And again, that's why I love the prism. Just gives it I mean, you can't even really tell there's a prism going on there, but it just gives it those few extra bokeh balls there. Let's see the next image. Again, if you have fairy lights in the back or near in front of the image, prism, it's going to be a great shot. Standard. I mean, just look at that. Great shot there. This was in Soho, neon lights, and great prism work there again. Tilted, that's another thing. Just keep tilting it, twisting it. You'll find the sweet spot when it comes to prism work. Also, it also gives a little bit more light to the image on the darker side. So if you're gonna have a darker image like I had here, it just kind of gives it a little bit more light on the face when I edit it as well. I mean, the reflection here was I think it said girls or something like that. It was in Soho, where it just gives, obviously, again, another piece of oomph. I mean, I like the picture originally. I mean, obviously I took it with it, so I couldn't take out the reflection of the prism, but with it just gives it character, I believe. I think it just gives it character. I mean, most of my work is, I would say, dark-ish. I mean, not dark like that. I mean, dark as in nighttime shots, because I like the lights and I love prism work. And this is exactly why you get these kind of results. Let's see if I got another one. This one. This is probably the most recent one out of all of them. This was in Liverpool Street in London. Again, it had like great neon trees. It was like neon lights shaped in trees, and like in a long aisle. So I used that, and then the background of the office lights of the tall buildings. Prismed it, comes out great. I mean, you can, when you use prisms after a while, you can just look at a scene and think you're gonna get great prism shots, especially when it's just lights, loads of lights, bokeliciousness, and neons. You can do wonders. So I definitely recommend every photographer just keep it in your bag. Can't do any harm, doesn't weigh anything, inexpensive, but the results are big. So that's why I at least every shoot I try it and use a prism. At every shoot I try and use the prism. With obviously prism, you don't have to use it if you don't want to use the shots that you don't take without it, but just try it. Yeah, you'll be surprised at what you can get. I mean, even accidentally just playing with it, you can get amazing shots. So I just recommend everyone to go out there, grab one. The link's in the description. Check out my social media, my website, which I have all of these pictures I just mentioned on there. I should have a section saying Prism Work. I'll leave it in the description below for you guys to go and check out in my blog on my website. But definitely like, comment, definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.